Hey y'all, Mama G here, one of the faces behind Pearce Creations. Can't leave my husband out this time. But yes, so a couple weeks ago, I was watching Courtney's Customs video, and she had a video where she did a peekaboo on a wine tumbler with snowflakes in purple, and it was so pretty, and I knew I really wanted to get that muted plum pop of color paints because I love pop of color paints. So like 2 days later, I got a custom order from someone who wanted a purple snowflake tumbler. So I'm like, of course, say less. So I went and I ordered the muted plum, and this week's video is going to be my interpretation / recreation / inspiration from Courtney's Customs video, and I will link her video in my description. You gotta check it out. I love her. She is so sweet and she makes great videos. You ready? Let's get it. I am starting with a 30-ounce skinny straight from Craft Haven, and I am painting 2 coats of pop of color paints in muted plum to go with this Mars glitter that y'all know that I love, and I think it will go perfect with this base paint. Sprinkling it is not always a good idea. Back in the bottle, shake it, shake it, shake. I love this Mars so much, and I'm not even a purple fan, but this color is just, look at that sparkle. Now, people always ask how I get my chunky glitter to lay down flat. So this is what I do. I roll it in parchment paper, and then I smoosh it down, squish the bottom. You don't have to fold on the bottom like I did. It was just the way it ended up. But this is exactly what I do every time. I don't wait any amount of time after I apply the glitter. I just do it right away, and look how smooth it is. Nothing sticking up. And then it gets 2 coats of epoxy, and it's good to go. No crazy sanding, just a little bit. Now I'm adding the name for this custom order. And I found a bunch of snowflakes from Cricut Design Space. So I picked a bunch of different ones, and I made them various sizes, just ones that I like the best, and cut them out. This one that I'm starting with, I saw it was like a half of a snowflake, and I knew I wanted to put that right at the rim. This one I really loved. It had a lot of detail, and it was kind of tricky to get it to all stick to the transfer tape, but I got it to work out. Eventually, as you are about to see, the last 3 little arrow pieces did not want to stick to the transfer tape. So I just said, forget it, and I left them on the backing, slapped the snowflake on, and then used my awesome little tweezers that I love so much to put those arrows back on where they belong. These tweezers I got from a local vinyl shop that's right up the street from me, but I'm sure you could probably find them on Amazon just like everything else. Now I'm just going over the cup and trying to see which snowflakes I want to use and where I want to put them. I love this one with kind of like the pointier ends. And now I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want to put them all. I liked this teeny tiny one at first. Once I really looked at that small teeny tiny one, I just wasn't feeling it as much as I was the others. So I decided to use my awesome pointy tweezers and remove it, and then add the other one instead. Much better. And I ended up not using that last one. It was enough with what I started with. So now I'm going back with the muted plum from the Pop of Color paints and going right over top of those decals, those snowflakes and that name. Just one coat will do it. And I'm using a makeup brush that I got from Amazon. I believe it's just like a Wet n Wild foundation brush, I think, something like that. It was just a couple bucks. I love this thing. It works great with these Pop of Color paints. Now I'm getting my heat gun to try and speed up the drying process. All dry. Poof, magic. Now I'm just going through and peeking out the boo of the snowflakes. So you can actually see that beautiful Mars glitter underneath. Now these snowflakes are pretty tedious to remove, but it's all right. It was worth it. I was just listening to some jams and I was in the zone and it turned out so pretty. That name was super satisfying to peel off. And I love this weeding pen. I just got it on Amazon. It was in a 2-pack. I'm telling you guys, it is a lifesaver. As I'm removing the pieces, the decals underneath the paint, it is making kind of like a paint dust a little bit. You can kind of see it on the table below my hand. Just little purple crumbs. So that's why I was taking that wide brush just to brush off all of that excess that's coming up. These little snowflakes take a lot of patience, which I don't always have, but I guess I didn't do too bad. Snowflake right here was so tedious, but I love it so much, and it was worth all of the frustration of getting out these teeny tiny little pieces because it is beautiful. I love the sparkle of that Mars glitter underneath that muted plum. They go perfect together. Piggy, piggy, pig, pig, pig. This half snowflake at the top is the last one. Oh, I lied. There's one on the bottom. Don't forget your bottom. Now I'm just doing a final once over with my brush to get all of the crumbs off before I do epoxy on it. It's so pretty. Just the right amount of sparkle with those snowflakes. I love this one so much. How fun was this peekaboo? I love it. I am going to put one final coat of epoxy on it before I send it to its forever home, but I could not wait to show you guys under epoxy how pretty this looks. That Mars glitter under there, look at that sparkle. Oh my goodness, look at that. So pretty. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what the customer thinks about their cup. I'm really excited. So now that that's out of the way, it's time for
Small Business Shout Out Saturday.
Small Business Shout Out Saturday. And this is going to be a quick one. Today's small business shout out is La Torres Renas Customs. My girl Beba. She makes cups. I got this one from her and it's beautiful. She does hand painting. I actually want her to teach me how to do some painting techniques that she knows. Very, very, very good. She also does the keychains where you can get your social media, your website linked inside the keychain. So all you gotta do is just boop and your info's right there. So her info will be in the description. Check her out. Give her a follow on Instagram and you're good to go. She's good to go. Make sure you get one of those keychains because they're pretty awesome. Yeah. So stay tuned for Wednesday. I've got more stuff coming up.